The path to hell is paved with good intentions. So we have nothing but the best intentions here at the Best Intentions podcast. I'm your host, as usual, Shady Aftermath. I'm accompanied by Barhum, the infamous.
Yo, what up? How's it going?
You already know today's podcast is January 2023, first podcast of 2023, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Happy New Year to
Yeah,
everybody.
it's likewise, man. Yeah, seems like the older we get, the faster time goes, and just gotta take into account that you're not promised the next day. So, treat every day like it's gonna be your last. But live it to the fullest.
Absolutely.
Hope
Okay,
everybody's doing well.
since you said
Welcome
that,
back.
I'm gonna start us off like this then. Okay, so hold on. First of all, let me get all the formalities out the way. But I want to dive further on what you said about things are going faster.
Oh, yeah.
I'll extrapolate on that theory a little bit, but let me get all the formalities out the way, man. First of all, I apologize again, as per usual, for the late episode. I know we're gonna be more consistent. We got some nice things this week in particular. Guys, another interview coming up on Monday, so be on the lookout for the double upload this week. I'm working with somebody as well to get a new intro song, like an intro song for the, when the podcast starting up. And
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
very
that.
nice. Yeah,
So,
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It'd be a nice
like,
addition.
yeah. So be on the lookout for that. Okay. Another thing I wanted to also kind of get out there is everyone that has a smartphone or a computer probably familiar with the app Discord. If you know how it works, I have a Discord community. I'm going to be linking it in the descriptions. Make sure you guys all follow if you guys are looking for people to connect with, whether it's the game, whether it's for crypto stuff. Abe is in charge of the crypto stuff on that channel. Also looking for mods for the Discord, to kind of get it active on it. I want to get this community popping, whether it's for gaming or for other things, just to talk about and connect and, kind of get like-minded people, mastermind network going on. What about you, Haven?
Yeah, the Discord, I think it would be a valuable tool, basically just kind of create, like-minded communities where people can share ideas and figure out, if, where they want to be at, if they, if they want to, like, maybe collaborate or something or work on a project together, that's a really good place to do it, meet people that are, like-minded like you, that have the same passions and drives to create beautiful content and things that everybody's gonna like. So that's the point of that. Create communities. Other than that, hope everyone's been doing well. Like Shady said, we apologize. We've kind of been on the grind lately, but things are slowing down. So everybody knows how the economy's been, and I think there's like a similar frequency going on with a lot of people that are kind of like on the same wavelength. As far as like where the world is headed, just maybe to give you guys a little background on like how we've been doing and stuff. You guys know me, like I work trucking industry over here at the ports in Long Beach, back and forth in LA County and stuff. And, so I see a lot of like the traffic and the containers and all that stuff. But yeah,
Tell us about that.
all I can say, man, is save your money right now. Stack up your dollars. Don't cut expenses. Try not to be spending money on things you don't need, because the recession is upon you. Just you have to realize that. So go to the gym, work out, exercise, do things that don't require a lot of money. It's pretty much all the stuff we've been talking about. Eat well.
You do anything fun lately?
Live a quiet life.
You do anything fun lately?
Oh, bro.
Go anywhere, visit anything?
Lately, man, just
any good food?
New
food?
A lot of fun going on these days is just like taking the dogs out, throwing the ball with them a little bit, having a little fetch session with the dogs. So, they need to exercise, I need to walk. So it's been moderate and been, pretty mellow over here.
Yeah,
for the most part.
I'm big on. It's like I sound like a broken record saying this, man. I don't even know if I want to say it at this point, but it's like carry water, chop wood, my friend.
Yeah,
it's very underrated. It's like.
Totally understandable. Carry water, chop wood. Times of war, times of peace, times of snow, times of rain, times of sun. So,
Absolutely, yeah. So I went to Comic-Con recently.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, which one?
Yeah, it was in L.A.
Oh shit, bro!
Yeah.
They've been having some over here too. I don't go to them, but
Yeah,
It's
no,
a-
I went with Rami View, Big Rami,
oh, sick.
his lady. I took
Very
my
nice.
daughter. I took my brother. Yeah, it's cool.
Very nice,
Cool
very
little
nice.
event, checked it out first time.
Okay,
That's
I've
cool.
never been to them, but I hear they're pretty cracking, huh? They're
Yeah, it's cool. It's
Yeah,
cool.
they're
Like if you're into that
popping
stuff.
like it's hot over there.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
what is it? Just a bunch of anime people dressed up and stuff, or they're kind of like dressed
They're
up, right?
Some people dress up. They
Yeah.
got just like a bunch of like vendors everywhere.
Okay.
Like selling you like merch and shit like that. So it's like if you want like merch and you like toys and figures and just like random stuff. Like that.
Okay.
Like it's cool. It's cool to check out.
Very nice.
Me, like I'm not like an action figure guy.
Uh-huh.
Even though I like them. I was like, but like I just it's not my thing right now.
I think comic stuff is kind of cool to look at as novelties and see how
Yeah.
But it's
that
yeah.
show's cool.
it's definitely not gonna be a
Okay.
fortune spent on it. You know what I'm saying?
Did you watch the new Avatar movie?
Oh, I did, bro. But I
Okay,
believe it
let's
or
talk-
not, bro, I
yeah.
fell asleep the last like 45 minutes to it.
Believe it or not, I believe it, bro. Trust me.
Dude, I was it was dragging on with all this shit.
So give me your like review.
It was a good movie, man. Like, it seemed like it kind of started off a little bit fast, and they were trying to like preface the beginning of the movie with like, showing you like a lot of time, basically, in a short amount of time, if that makes any sense. So like the lives of his children and like where he was at from the time that he like went.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. If you guys haven't seen it, hey, turn this off, put it
Fast
on mute
forward
for a
if
few
you-
minutes.
yeah.
Fast forward. And just continue watching, and we'll mark it up in the video. But basically, I think the plot was kind of pushed forward a little bit too fast. So but that's pretty much what I have to say about that.
That's it.
The-
Damn.
Let's hear your input. I'll give some more too. I'll give more input later on.
All
Let's
right.
see what your introduction input was for.
Yeah.
your perspective.
Okay. So. All right. I knew it was gonna suck.
You knew it.
I
off the
knew
bat,
it was gonna
off the
suck.
bat.
I already knew. For first reason, it took so long to fucking make.
Bro, it took so many years. When was the first one made? It was like
I heard like 8 years ago.
it was
or
a
something.
while back. I think, yeah.
Or even more, bro. It's honestly,
Jeez.
probably even more. But yeah, it took so long to make, so I already knew it was gonna suck.
Yeah. What?
So,
Did-
but I was optimistic. I was like, I hope I'm wrong.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think that the movie kind of like they just painted this picture out of like thin air, like they just painted this picture
they call
like
it-
so fast, like that it was.
I
Like,
don't think-
where's all this shit coming from?
I
Like,
wish
they just-
I wish that
you
they
know?
sped up the movie. You probably
Well,
wouldn't have fell asleep.
Bro, it was 3 hours long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
You
3
probably-
hours long.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't have fell asleep.
Bro,
Otherwise, like,
that shit was fucking brutal, bro. Like I don't
No,
get me wrong, it was
no.
entertaining, but then like
no,
toward the end, it was
okay,
just-
okay. Here's the real critique. Okay, here's
Go ahead,
the real,
tell me where's
here's the
critique.
real critique.
Uh.
Visually beautiful.
Yeah. No.
Visually beautiful.
Aesthetically,
That's
it was
it.
wonderful.
That's
yeah.
my only good thing I have to say about it.
That's
Okay.
what kept
Just
me
let-
in the
okay.
loop that long. Yeah, I think
No, okay. So the plot had nothing to do with the first movie.
nothing.
Okay.
0.
So basically, it's just this guy wants to kick this guy's ass for kicking his ass.
What?
Like like that.
He wanted to kick this guy's ass for kicking. It was like some.
He got his
fucking-
ass kicked in the first movie, so he wants revenge.
It was like some comeback.
Yeah,
Fucking,
the first
fucking
movie.
shit.
The first movie made sense. They were trying to get the natural resource of the people.
Uh-huh.
They're fighting back. Blah blah blah. There's resistance. This one is just like, oh, the commander's mad and makes himself an avatar character.
Yeah.
And then just going in there just to fight these guys for no fucking reason besides the fact that he got his ass kicked earlier.
Damn. No,
What
no.
the
I
fuck?
got you. Yeah.
That shit.
He basically he's coming.
Scam.
All he's doing is coming back to be like a motherfucker. Like he has no like. He's not coming back to do like something significant in the plot that is going to benefit him. It's just purely out of revenge. They literally just made the plot of a movie out of like and created all these characters, and they just based it on like this revenge story. Like this guy came back and blah 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 blah, and it wasn't really him, and the son was there.
Yeah.
It was like, what is
Yeah.
this shit, bro? I just felt like they just grabbed a bunch of shit, monkey shit, and threw it at the wall. And you guys all went to go watch the monkey shit fall off the wall, man.
Yeah.
And me too, bro. I was one of them.
Yeah. I went.
You know, like
It's fun because
there's
I
a lot
went
of-
with my siblings, but like yeah, like
yeah,
we all left there pretty disappointed. Besides like the visuals being beautiful, like
yeah.
they could have wrapped up the story a lot earlier.
Oh,
You
dude,
know what I'm
they
saying?
dragged that shit
Yeah,
on.
they really tried to just like show off like the CGI. I feel like you
That's
know.
what it was about.
Yeah, that I mean yeah. So that's about it. Like as far as like movies or like stuff I've done like recently, like pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like because I know it did pretty good in movies. I know a lot of people wanted to go see that, so I was wondering if you did. Because me and you used to watch like a lot of movies.
Oh,
You
bro,
know?
you remember
Yeah.
that class where we
Yeah.
had to like analyze movies and stuff? Man,
Yeah, yeah.
those were the days, bro. We used to go in there all like hyped up, bro, ready to like, we'd be off like a couple J's and stuff,
Yeah.
like fresh off one, like walking to the class, bro, kufiya and everything.
Oh my
And
god.
those are the days,
Well,
man.
remember that? We
Yeah.
had a cool teacher.
Huh?
We had a cool teacher though.
Oh, yeah, dude, he was
I
he was
remember,
sick. He was sick.
We were bringing him like Arabic food.
Oh, the
Yeah,
hummus and the
hummus,
bread.
Yeah,
and all that,
yeah. We're bringing
No, it
him
was cool,
food
man.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
It's
yeah.
a good. It's kind of like a multicultural class. Everybody kind of brings in like food from where they're from and stuff. Because basically, the whole premise of the the class was there. You're critiquing movies from different eras, made to portraying different people from different places, all by white people because of the fact that Hollywood was like basically all Caucasian white.
The
And
word,
they
the,
try to-
the terminology was white patriarchal society.
Yeah, white patriarchal society. They try to basically show you how that is, like the science behind that, how that happened, and it's a lot. It's all factually correct. I mean, but it's just how far are you gonna take your bias though? Like you got to think about like who was the majority of people at that time, but at the same time, it's like, it's who like think about it like this. If you go to China, right? They're gonna and you want to like you want to like start a company, right? Obviously everybody that's gonna be in the company is gonna most of them will be from China, but if other people were moving there constantly, then it would start to basically what I'm trying to say is like any demographic of place that absorbs a lot of people from a lot of places, it didn't start that way. It started as a homogenous group of people for the most part, and then became kind of like multi-ethnic, multicultural, and like the United States was like at the forefront of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
definitely.
so obviously the progression is gonna be first one color and then others because obviously it started off mainly with one color of people. I mean, that is kind of like, also there are some fallacies in what I'm saying too. Like, I mean, you can say, like, obviously there was people here that were, you know what I mean? That's what they're not taking into account. But the fact of the matter is that Hollywood itself was mainly established by certain group of people. So you would obviously expect it to be that group of people from the beginning. Like, think about it, like anybody that starts a business and you get a group of people, a demographic, you know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
gotta try to cater to them as much as possible.
yeah, you're gonna get a demographic of people. That's it. It's like it's not just the catering. It's like that's all you have access to. Those are the only people there. It's you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Until-
that makes sense.
And it goes back to like a trust thing too. It's any company that you start is always gonna start with a certain like demographic of people that are like probably around you or, you know. Any country you go to, it's like the majority of people that are there are the ones that start the establishment.
Yeah. No,
You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
It makes sense. Like like you said, that's kind of like all they know, slash like all they have like really access to. So
yeah.
you can't, that's just like what it is,
It's
man.
the natural evolution of things, like the natural evolution of things, basically critiquing like the whole premise of the class was like they were critiquing like people from different places, so they were giving their stereotypical like presentations and in a sense like like it comes off as like a racist kind of thing is what they were trying to pretty much put out there. And the thing is the point could be seen if you actually go and take the class and see how it was it's actually valuable points that they make in the class. And so, but I think everything needs to be taken into consideration. Like when you look at how much of our history has been like swept under the rug that we don't know, you got to take into consideration that like the history is written in the eye of the beholder. So, like the eye of the victor really. So it's like,
Are you trying to get deep on them, huh?
just saying, just saying. You know what I mean? Just saying, like what other history is swept under the rug that we don't know about? That's part of the same narrative. I mean, is there? You got to ask yourself that question too. Sometimes, you know, think about it. Think about it more than just the surface level of what you're seeing. Because a lot of stuff is all smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. It's like magic tricks, fast hands, and making you think something else just by this deception. That's what they do. That's what the media does to you. To all of us. We're all susceptible to this. You know, smoke and mirrors. And so, you know, there's a lot that you don't know. And that we don't know. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, because I think what we're trying to get at here is you know, we've just been doing a lot of like research on a lot of different topics, you know, and we're trying to figure out a way to articulate it to you guys on this channel correctly, because there's been some, you know, quite profound statements that have been made, and some discoveries that have been just figured out. You know, like we're talking like, oh, man,
Basically-
it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so it's like it's hard not to get too much woo.
Yeah, too much woo. Yeah, exactly. So the whole purpose, I believe, is this: is we don't want to feed you guys woo shit, or get too philosophical on this channel. But I think a good idea, to have is to basically my life journey has been trying to figure out, how the world works. I like to know how things work. I'm very introspective. Like a lot of you, I'm sure everybody has curiosity to understand how things work around them. And so basically the goal is to have a open course dialogue with as many people we can to determine from different points of view, because everybody has a different vantage point. And if you look at that, you understand that means that sometimes somebody can see something from one side that you cannot. It's a physical reference as well, from one vantage point to another, you know. So the thing is I think that this would be like a good place to bring ideas together so that we can all learn. We're gonna bring stuff to you that we've done with our own personal research to try and come up with things. We'll give you as much citation as possible and reference as possible, so we can you know, try not to. Obviously, we're laymen, but we don't want to come off as like, you know, some sort of pseudo-intellectual fucking know-it-alls. But present some information to you, and if you have any rebuttal, just get in there and give us some. Teach me something, bro. I would love to know what you know. Tell me. Reply to me. Just don't demonize me, bro. We're just trying to have a dialogue, discourse here.
Yeah, I think.
What do you think about that, Shadi?
I think it's good that, you know, we started off like that, because that was kind of what I really wanted to talk about today was content creation.
Yeah, content creation, very important. It's we live in a time now, guys, where it's, you know, get with it or get lost. And, you know, obviously everybody understands, you know, what drives markets. It's consumers and producers. And, you know, nowadays, you know, the product is attention. And if you understand that the majority, probably I would say ballpark 80% of people are consumers of social media and stuff that's going on in the, you know, whatever it is, media. A vast minority of those people are actually producers. So, you know, that's been something on my mind a lot lately. And, you know, obviously we want to produce something that's going to be viable for everyone. So that's pretty much where we're setting this intention right now. It's the best intention that I have with this podcast. We're hoping that we can produce something that we can all kind of learn from. We're here to learn together. You know, we're all a big brotherhood of learning people. So,
Yeah. No,
it, you know?
I think.
We're not here to be politically correct, or incorrect or correct. Or if we offend anybody, we apologize in advance. We don't mean, that's not our intention here. You know, so don't take anything offensively if you hear something that you don't agree with. But you probably will. You know, just if you have something to say, just, you know, you can respectfully get into the comments and, you know, give us some feedback. I think that would be healthy for us, so we can understand your perspective. What do you think? What do you think, Chad?
I think you're hitting the nails on the head right now, because yeah, like that's what I was saying, is like that's the goal of this podcast essentially, is to, like, you know, share experiences. You know, like you think that like you're going through something, but really we all going through the same shit. You know,
Very
we're all the
similar
same.
stuff,
We're
yeah.
all the same. So
Yeah.
like I think just keeping it true to that. You can't go wrong. It's just kind of like so like that's what I want to ask you. Is like, what do you see like as a co-host of this podcast? Like, how do you see like, what do you see the goal of this podcast to be? Like, what do you
So
what do you want like like to accomplish as like a co-host of this
okay.
podcast?
So let me
I
yeah.
didn't even like I'm catching him off guard, y'all. Like he didn't even know I was gonna ask him this
Let me
stuff.
try to be a little more concise here. So, um, we'll kind of break it down. So right now it's January of 2023 already. In the Gregorian year, 1444 Hijri, and I think it's important for us to understand that time is going by, and it's going by quickly. Um, so the whole point of this entire dialogue that we're having here would be basically for us to present information that we think is valuable to you guys, and then we want to hear like the discourse. So that's why we're setting up the what is that,
Discord.
the Discord server, so that we can have a dialogue about it, and that's where people can share knowledge of videos that they've seen. I'll put anthropology stuff there all the time, probably some crypto stuff, whatever I think I might have that's valuable for people to look at. You know what I mean? Because everything's time sensitive these days. Time is a sensitive commodity, and people's attention is the main driver of that. So let's just build a community, have a good dialogue, and try to be better people and figure out where we're gonna be. In 5 years, what I see is probably this podcast, hopefully, inshallah, having maybe 100,000 followers, maybe a little bit more. The whole point is to create a community. If we ever get any if we ever start getting monetized here, I mean, we would definitely want to create some sort of like a helping hand sort of network, group, or we don't want to, we want to share the wealth and not be greedy too. So that's what this is about. This is about organizing a lending hand to your fellow brethren.
Yeah,
And so
it's about self improvement. It's about so like you can only you can only help others if you help yourself, right? Like on an airplane, they tell you don't help others with their mask until you put yours on first.
oh yeah, on the airplane,
So
that's nuts.
very basic shit, but like very fundamental as well.
Yeah,
Like, yeah. You want to help other people, help yourself first.
It's true. Yeah, and so that's what exactly. I mean, you summed it up, bro. You summed it up like perfectly. That's
Like I mean,
that's what it is. Yeah, it's literally us stepping up on a stone that we are able to have leverage from to help. So
yeah, like
that's what I think.
Hindsight's 20/20, man, and you only get hindsight through like wisdom and experiences. So it's like sometimes you gotta fuck up to kind of get better. And the wisest ones of us is gonna learn from others. Something that I see for like this podcast, man. Like, I got a few like up and coming like music artists. Different genres of music as well. Like one doing kind of more Spanish music, another one kind of more,
Okay.
and the second one kind of more to our times, and like he wants to really focus on the what he would call pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
like,
a topic, isn't
Yeah,
it?
pandemic / like post-pandemic music.
Oof.
So
Man, we have a couple clips too. I mean, I don't know if we have time to react to them today, but maybe we'll get to them.
yeah, unfortunately,
Maybe next episode.
yeah, at the time of this recording,
Yeah.
the internet is down, so we're not able to pull up stuff to live react to.
Yeah. So next,
However,
be on the lookout. Yeah, next.
That's gonna be a whole separate channel. This is the podcast, and then the live reactions will be like live reactions.
Definitely.
If we want to mix the two in the future, if that's something you guys like, we can definitely mix the two.
It'll be definitely something to look at. Like if you wanted to just get like a nice little preview as to like what the content's gonna be.
Yeah, cause
What it is.
yeah,
What's
like
going
I
on.
want to like really like focus on like content creation as the core of the conversation. It's just like I kind of told you this off podcast is, I have a lot of friends of mine. I'm gonna shout them out at Rami View, at Serial, SYRI4L Serial. Um, we used to like stream a lot together. We used to do podcasts together, stuff like that. And it's like they keep telling me like, man, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. I wish I did this, I wish I did that. And then I'm sitting here with you, and we're literally having the same conversation. So I'm like having the same conversation with like three different people.
Man, yeah, that's
And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, like we gotta do something about this.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
it's we all know like it's being on the same frequency and stuff. I think that we kind of have a common ground as far as to like we know we want to be somewhere, and we see the vision for it. I think it would be honorable thing to try and accomplish if we when we get there so
Let me ask you this:
get the ifs out.
what's your thoughts about Instagram in general, from being on there?
Man, bro, the thing is it's either consume or be the producer. And at this point, I know a lot of people are consuming and I could be one of them. It's like we're all susceptible to that. So I think it needs to be used to your advantage to move forward in life. If you're not going to be using it to move forward, it's a waste of time. It's been kind of draining. I really know that I need a psychological and spiritual cleanse from all social media. I know it's horrible. It's kind of like that feeling you get when you want to throw your phone into the ocean and run into the forest, and forget like you want to go off the grid and like
Trust
fuck
me,
everything.
man. Like I mean, just recently, like like I just deleted everything off my like social media.
Yeah,
Kind of just been just sitting there.
clean it up a bit.
Yeah, cleaning it up a little bit, it's like I've really been focusing on like what I really want to have out there.
Damn.
Because right now it's kind of like, I guess you could say like an e-business card, if you know how to use it right.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's just kind of like you said, it's kind of just brings you into that like consume mindset.
Consume mindset, man.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a black hole you get sucked into.
That's exactly the
For
right way to
some
describe
people,
it.
like some people got it like really bad. Like for others, like some people, they see people on vacation and then they get depressed in their life because they gotta go to work tomorrow. Like and then you see other people that like use it. Like I had a buddy who uses it. He doesn't follow anybody. All he does is just follow like billionaires and millionaires and and cars and car companies and shit that he wants and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like cool, So I kind of, that's why it's really just like anything in life at this point.
The simple way, like I guess I would like kind of describe how I don't want it to ever get for myself, and I don't know because it does get like this for a lot of people, and it just kind of like you end up being somebody who lives your life in a little screen in a box, and that's your life doing like the regular stuff, and then only just so soaked up into your phone that's your life. And then like there's the difference between people that are like that and then the people that are actually outside living their lives in the forest and out in the outdoors. And I want to be that guy. I want to be the person who's enjoying my life, not like sucked into the screen. Like this is like,
but what's
it's
funny?
like I'm trapped. My consciousness is trapped every time I'm like sucked into it. Like it's just sucking all my life out of my brain.
Yeah.
I want to get it away from my eyes. I'm sick and tired of the phone. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And it's funny too because it's like that's like how we learned a lot of what we know is through like these YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And all this stuff is
we're so attached to it. We're like.
And then at the same time, here we are now.
It's like taking
being producers, and it's like we want to be successful, but we're telling people to be off the phone.
See, I know. It's so contradictory.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's one of those subjects that's kind of like give and take. It's like it's got its benefits and it's got its downfalls. And I think that's a proper and healthy way to look at it. Is like, you know, the phone is like very useful in so many ways. Obviously, it's done a lot of things for us to help us, but it's also been such a fucking thorn in so many people's fucking back and their foot, and making them fall. And you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of negative side effects to it too.
Yeah,
And
short,
so
short attention
it's just
spans.
I think trying to weigh out and balance like those things is very important, especially for like our upcoming people that are growing up, you know, in this age of technology that we is unprecedented to up until this point as far as we know. And
Okay. So doing this podcast for like about 2 years now. What's your experience been like? How have you felt like you've grown? What do you
wow,
think is your strength, and what do you think is your weakness? And what do you think you need to improve on?
oh man,
So like I know it's loaded, so we'll take it on the
yeah,
first
yeah.
part. So like
What do I think is my strength? So I mean, in accordance to the podcast, I guess I think that even though it's not like we have numerous amounts of episodes like under our belt or anything, but I think that it
yeah,
does
that's
help
true.
with kind of like organizing my thoughts now to speak in a clear and concise way that I can get my point across. That's like always been one of my things that I wanted to work on, like get all the fucking cotton candy fluff out of what I'm trying to say and just get straight to the point with the easiest and clearest, most concise words. That's been something that I need. That's been like something that I think that I've improved on. Something that I probably should. I mean, there are other things that I should probably try and work on. As far as like in accordance with the podcast, it could be like I want to bring some information to you guys. Like I want to bring actual information, information about like ancient civilizations, the languages of the Middle East. I'm gonna bring some stuff to you guys about the universe and numbers and how things correlate between language and what's the relationship between language and numbers. Then we're gonna talk about how we're on our grind with the gym and stuff, and obviously we're basically trying to better ourselves and understand the world and how it works. And that to me is like my biggest hobby. Like why do I want to be wasting my brain away every single weekend with nonsense? No, I pursue knowledge. I like to do research, and I would hope that this dialogue would be something that we could all talk about. Things that we may or may not be interested in. Hopefully, you guys are interested in, so that we can have a nice dialogue about it. And I'm sure we'll be able to learn more this way because we can all give each other clues. One brain, five brains is better than one. So you got to think about it like you're part of a valuable part of this community. Like we're trying to create a community where we're all like like we want to like try to talk to everybody. Like if you guys talk to us, bro, like we're gonna like this is
Man, like the
you know
goal,
like we're
like ideal situation would be everyone. Let's say Discord is fairly populated. Okay, so Discord member says, "Hey, I'm taking a trip to Australia." We have another member in Australia says, "Hey, like I could help you out, I could show you around, boom, boom, boom.
perfect.
I could put you up on game. I'm going. Oh, I'm traveling to fucking Spain. Oh, I'm actually happen to live in Spain. I mean, boom, 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 link up. Stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like
Oh
that
yeah.
would be like that would be amazing. Like to get people like
Any kind of
to network, man.
yeah, any kind of
That's a
network
valuable
connection you guys
resource.
can fathom in your brain. That's where everything is up for game. So that's that's
Okay. So here's another curveball. Here's another
curveball.
throwing
Let's
the
hear it.
curveballs.
Let's
Okay.
let's see the atomic
So
curveball.
so now like me being your co-host, we've done a few podcasts together.
Uh-huh.
What would you say I would need to improve on? And what do you think my strengths are?
What do I think you need to improve on, and what do I think your strengths are? I think that you're a great orator. I think that you speak clearly, and I think that you get your point across very, very easily with very few empty words. That's a very hard strength of yours.
Critiques.
Critiques would be basically I think that if you focused on something that you had a special knowledge in, that you probably there's a lot of things like if you got more, I think that you should get more. What's the word I'm looking for? Focus.
Specific or
Yeah, find your niche. I think you should find something that you're a specialty at that you can share with the world. because I think you have something, and I think that it needs to like come out and just be like your go to all to like this is Shadi's profession right here that he's like, because you know. I think the one strength that you can tap into to make that your kind of make that your like your what's the word I'm looking for, like your like not your goalpost but just the like your stamp, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, would be like your knowledge like with the Arabic language is like really strong, I think.
Thank you.
You know, I there's been a lot of things that like I've asked you, and you usually always know what it is, like, and it could be like from the random most, like I'll ask you something like this guy said something in this language, like bro, and Shadi knows it, bro. I'm like, what, dude?
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
this nigga has the whole lexicon in his head, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like which Arabic language or which Arabic dialect did this come from, Shadi? And he knows, bro. You know, I think that's a strong point. I think if you find something that you're a master at, bro, and you know, I'm not trying to call like blow smoke up your ass and say you're sheikh or anything, but I think that would be a strong, strong one to like hey, like this is your strength.
And I asked
know.
and I asked these questions for this reason, like
Mhm.
you know, based off like viewer like feedback, you know, like
Yeah, no.
So
for
I've
sure.
been getting a lot of viewer feedback actually.
That is with this too. Same idea.
About the podcast. In
Oh,
general.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
about
okay.
the podcast.
Oh, yeah, oh.
about the podcast.
No, yeah, for sure, definitely. You know,
So and it's been positive. Like a lot of people have been telling me, like, "Hey, like I'm kind of like mad at you for like not pumping out like
oh
episodes."
yeah, they wanted
You know,
to see
that's
more
how I'm
content.
understanding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
like I want to see more episodes, but it's like you're not
Mhm.
like uploading. You need to upload more. And I'm like, you know what? Like you're absolutely right. Like I gotta kind of stop bullshitting. So
Yeah.
like that's why like, you
Consistency.
know, and we're all about like so I want to make the podcast better. Like I remember recently like a while back we sat in OC. Remember when we were somebody else?
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and,
yeah,
and we
okay.
had some critiques,
That's
right?
right.
And we asked for critiques.
That wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, of someone who listened to the podcast, right? Like one of the critiques that I actually brought up was I know like man a couple of the episodes were really bad camera quality.
Oh yeah, for sure.
like,
No, we definitely are gonna
yeah,
get
or,
on that.
or
We're
I don't
gonna
even think it
upgrade.
was camera quality
Yeah.
per se. It was just lighting. It was just bad lighting.
Ideally, guys, here's how we're gonna want to.
But positive. My bad.
Oh,
To cut
go
you
ahead,
off,
go
man.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Positive critiques though that I've got.
Mhm.
A lot of people have said like you know they feel like they're in the car or like they've had this conversation like a similar like they've had a conversation with me like this or with us like this like in the car or like just day to day kind of thing, which is good. It's like a very natural feel to the podcast, so like anyone listening to it or like watching it just feels kind of like according to them like they're there with us.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's what I like.
It's
And
good,
you know,
yeah. They're there in spirit.
I kind of like want to also do different kinds of podcasts, right? Like I think the last one we did was through webcams.
Okay. Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
It actually received a lot of positive reviews. A lot of people liked it. You know, it was good, and that was the first time we did that. You know, because all the other ones have been in person.
Well, I mean, if that's your only means, you know, that's obviously, you know, what else are you gonna do? You know, we try to get the quality on with the sound and everything, and you know, Shadi's, you know, he's really like the maintenance guy and stuff. But you know, eventually the goal, basically, what we really envision is like to have a nice setup, like with in a dialogue sense where it's, you know, one table obviously with like two chairs, and it's, you know, a talk show pretty much kind of format in a sense, you know, but a little bit better, like actually, you know, hopefully a lot better lighting, camera, action, you know, sound,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So
I know it's very bare bones right now, but
yeah,
you
this
know,
is the beginning stages.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's like when I don't want as much as I would love all that. I really want to just be able to focus on just getting quality, you know, like words out there. I guess you could say. You know, like,
okay.
you know, I just
I
want to
gotcha.
focus on the content more than the visuals and everything until I can get there and until we can build this community up, and then you know anything we get will be put right in and kind of like invested in producing more content. Like we have ideas like we want to do a lot of like like reacts like to in breakdowns of certain videos that we have in mind. We have a lot of like mind blowing stuff, mind bending stuff. We have a lot of comedy stuff. We have a lot of like red pill stuff we'd like to break down. And like I don't know, we just offer like a little different, something like a little different for you guys, you know. So we want to kind of experiment. I'm kind of curious to like if we did do anything, I guess you could say kill Illuminati or like ancient alien sacred text, whatever. You know, like what kind of stuff would you guys want us to like really like like extrapolate on or break down in front of you guys, or like what kind of stuff are you guys are like interested in? I guess that's the real question, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of what we want to get, like a consensus of, like, maybe like a handful of topics that
But
would be interesting to reflect on.
I want to
like Chetty
preface
said.
that by saying like I mean I just want to know what you guys are interested. We're gonna always do what we want to do, but I'm curious what everyone else is into, so I can know like what's a good starting point and if there's a commonality. You get
Yeah,
me? And
basically, don't
if
be
we know
afraid to
about
give
it,
some
yeah.
feedback and your opinion as to like what you think. What you want to see. So we're gonna dig for it. I'm gonna dig for hopefully no woo shit. That's what we were.
No,
That's
no,
what
yeah,
we,
yeah, we're staying away from the
we
woo.
want to stay away from the woo, and in that sense, just kind of like there's nothing apologetic about this. This is all like I'm gonna bring the best sources of facts, intellectual knowledge that we can possibly come up with. We're gonna look for sources of like real, actual archaeological evidence for things if we're going to that sector, or like scientific proof or basis.
Here's the thing.
I don't want to bring. I'm not trying to bring no fucking misinformation to you or any. Like we're gonna be reflecting on stuff that's like
Here's the
factual
thing.
to like for at least for me. Like that's
we're gonna try
for me.
we're gonna try to give you the facts, but you know what I'm saying. Like you'd be a fool to just believe everything we say without checking it yourself,
Right.
even if we are being truthful.
At the end of the day, yeah, definitely, it's to make you go and like it's like if you're interested enough to like go and like look into it yourself and see, maybe you'll find something that is valuable to you. Who knows? So it's just it's a spreading awareness, sort of like a spreading awareness.
yeah, like another thing for like this group too. Like we got the gaming stuff going on too. So like we're building up the gaming channels. We're building up the podcast. I want to get different. Like I said, I want to get different guests on here. I want to get different guests from different views, different walks of life. I kind of want to do like a bigger panel. I want to do. I want to experiment with multiple people on webcam, stuff like that. And just kind of see how like the podcast goes if we were to go down that route, and just kind of give you guys something different, something new to look forward to every podcast. Something trying to improve on it slowly but surely. Today's like kind of chill. We're not talking about anything specific. We're just kind of talking about like just the process and where things are at, and up and coming, I guess you could say is kind of a test in that way, if you want to call it that, because this episode I really want like a lot of interaction. I'm gonna say like and subscribe, because that's just what everybody says in every video.
Yeah, and then you guys know where to find. I mean, where you can find me is I'm the real Daddy Abe. All in one word, the real Daddy Abe. At all socials, so that's me right there. If you ever want to,
Yeah,
you
well,
wanna find
what
me or
socials do you
contact me
have?
or whatever.
What socials do you have?
It's just basically I'm just using IG right now. What else do I have here? That's that at the moment. Like that's the way to
Yeah,
contact
yeah.
me if you have anything to ask, or suggestions or dialogue that you want to bring up that you might find interesting.
Yeah, no, I would say like also like kind of get the YouTube comments going. Just hey, if you
YouTube
listen to
comments is
it,
easy.
if you listen to it, if you got this far in, I applaud you. That you're a real one for listening
Yeah,
to this
for real.
far. Comment like leave just leave any kind of comment. Just let us know that you listen. If there's anything you want to discuss. If you want to get on the podcast, let me know. I've had a few requests to get on the podcast, and and it's kind of my fault. I've been lagging it. I've had a friend who's willing to lend his camera for a couple episodes, so we're gonna be experimenting with that. We might have a double angle for it, so that's kind of exciting.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
So we got some things coming up for you guys, and you know, you can reach me at Shaddy_aftermath at all socials. You know, YouTube, you can reach me here as well on the channel. You can also reach me at Anchor if you're listening to this just on audio only. Anything else you wanna, you know, throw in before we say, you know, final thoughts or whatever?
No, I mean at this point, I think you know, I just want to wish everybody you know, well, I guess a happy New Year, right? That's if that's what you believe. But I mean, you know, I guess that's another topic for another time, right? But
Yeah.
basically, good health to you. Hope you're doing well. You know, hope everything is going well and in your favor. And we'll be happy to hear from you guys. And you know, we can't wait to get onto this next episode and bring you guys some valuable information. So forward to getting the interaction.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope we brought some, like, you know, thoughts and stuff like that. And, you know, we'd appreciate your, you know, input and, you know, and what you, like, we got some nice stuff coming up. I promise to go. Like I said, look out for the double upload this week. Got an interview with up and coming artists coming in the local Antelope Valley area. A good friend of mine, and Abe as well. So we might either do that one like kind of video call slash. He might be in person in my studio.
Very
So
nice.
you know, we might see how that goes, and you know, so I just wanna kind of give you guys a little update. It's been a while. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been a little chill kind of vibes thing. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed, and you know, have a good night.